on that SDO eclipse, actually. The moon eclipses look fairly defined in a circle, but the satellite is closer to Earth and the atmosphere is thick, so the grainy eclipses are Earth. One of the moon frames caught me yesterday as being very intriguing during that event. The magnetogram for one frame was able to capture both the sun and a piece of the moon. You can see how magnetically their surfaces appear different in the high detail return, and I remembered that the moon has a tenuous atmosphere and ionospheric layers, and so I flipped on the color returns. Indeed, we've got alternate polarity shells out there on the periphery of the moon. Folks, this might be the magnetogram's capturing of the thin exospheric layers of the moon for the first time ever. Top seismic event yesterday struck Turkey. While it shook Iran, the damage and deaths occurred westward. 9 dead, dozens of homes collapsed. Locusts are back in the news, this time not in Africa, however, but in India. They seem to be somewhat hungrier than the African swarm. Meanwhile, despite drought and bushfires, the agricultural sector had a banner year in southern Australia, numerous crops seeing a double-digit increase in their yearly totals. Modesto, still no rain, still breaking high records while snow and ice are part of Scotland's wettest February ever, and of course, this is still happening in the United States, and it really hasn't even begun in the eastern part of the country yet. A team is investigating the great filter question for our species and hoping it can be answered by finding techno-signatures of life in the cosmos. Now, while that is currently a pipe dream, it does bring up the interesting question of whether Earth's catastrophe cycle is our great filter. On the podcast yesterday at our website, we went over the possibility that humans have 12,000 years or so to progress and expand into space before the sun sends us back to the beginning to try it all again. Triple cosmology set here before we get to that video within this video. First, an excellent paper is digging a tunnel through hectares of nonsense to arrive at the conclusion that alphanic activity dominates the auroras, being far more widespread and ubiquitous in the system. This is of course critical because Alphane's version is not currently mainstream science. It's the